If you were with us last time, you'll know for a fact that we had a very important matchup go on as we took on this expansion's version of a primal, as we took on the Tural Vidral Valigarmanda. Then after that, we took the opportunity to take on the various chain quests that are available for the remaining Aether Currents, and we were able to get all that done also. And so, tonight, here in the southern reaches, the mountainous part of Urkapacha, we're going to spend our last time with the Yokui before we have to return to the main story. And so that's what we'll get taken care of tonight, and then whatever happens after that, we will see what more we can accomplish this evening. Because I imagine that, given that new subquests had been added in and around Tuliolal, we'll need to get to those also. So, with that in mind, greetings people of the world, Matthias Griffin back with you for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail live here on Twitch. So, we're here in the Yokui's version of Katana Ravel, where of course they have their murals that depict their people's history. And so, yeah, I don't know if Emmett Selk will be proud of this or not, but I'll leave that to him to decide. So, after the time that I spent last time, we did get some of the quests, like I mentioned, the chain quests in around Warlord's Echo, the Yokui settlement, resolved. So, now that that's been taken care of, there's these 5 more side quests that are available, plus I put myself at the start this evening for the 4 that are outside of Warlord's Echo, which are located far to the west. But let's see how many of these we can knock out in short order. And we're going to go ahead and chain to my Paladin so I can get as much experience as I can on my Paladin. And we're going to go ahead and get started. So it looks like nighttime is starting to settle in here in Yokui. And so we'll begin proceedings this evening by speaking with Vyoryoryor. Yeah, gotta love these crazy 3-syllable names that they have, so let's go ahead and speak with them to take on our first side quest of the evening, entitled Putting Out Fires. Vyoryoryor has just filled his vials with warding water. You there. By my reckoning, you look to be precisely the sort of seasoned warrior we need right now. Not far from these ruins there are craters where the heat of Valigarmanda's scorching devastation yet lingers, attracting swarms of elder flints. If left unchecked, these rock-like creatures will feed on the flames there until they explode. A gathering of flints could incite a chain reaction with greater potential for harm. Normally, we stamp them out on sight, but they have begun to multiply faster than we can rout them, and we are regrettably short-handed. Thus did I devise a means to impede their proliferation. Would you weaken the elder flints swarming the craters, and sprinkle this warding water upon them? If it is not too much to ask, of course. Yeah, I could do that for you, sir. So, those elder flints are off to the east. Let's go and deal with them at 3 spots. Looking at proceedings over on this side, we can see some of the remnants of Valigarmanda's wrath. So let's get my chocobo out for the full duration. And then just start wailing on stuff. Remember, we're not supposed to kill these things, we're just supposed to weaken them. So how that typically works is we get this thing to at least under 75%, or at least half. Yeah. It takes a lot more than... oh, enemies... Okay, this is one of those enemies where we have to get it down to 1%. Sometimes they'll do it where you have to weaken it down to less than half of its health. Sometimes you gotta basically take it to dead. So in this instance, it's the latter. Alright, let's move on to spot number 2. You see no sign of any rock-like monsters. Then we can move on. Over to this spot. Yeah, this one seems to be a little closer to the action. And there it is. Oh, let's go to town on this thing. Burst. Of course, I'm playing on tank right now, so I can be able to take one of those hits. Alright. Use the flask of rewarding water to basically put it out. There we go. So back to the cave. And just hope that will be able to prevent them from really causing some chaos around here, because, yeah, Valley Garmonda did enough damage already. Hey there. Forgive me, I thought I would observe your progress from a safe distance, but now I see now that my plan was a success. You see, our warding water is collected from the sacred depths of Carvahar the First. It has the power to greatly diminish fire energy stored within an elder flint. Subsequently, those imbued with water don't explode so much as fizzle out. In this way, only the comparatively less dangerous creatures will be allowed to multiply safely. But how less dangerous are they for real? So long as we continue with our regular exterminations, we need no longer live in fear of large-scale explosions. Now, please accept a small payment for your assistance. Well, thank you very much. So, we'll take 398,000 experience points, 699 gil, plus an item level 655 earring coffer. And so now, out of the cave we go, and to the entrance of the cave, where we've passed this injured Yokui a few times, but now it's time to finally give this guy the healing that he needs. Let's go ahead and speak with him to take on our next quest entitled Paws Off That Pigment! The injured Yokui appears to be languishing in pain. Oh, a moment if you would, visitor. You see, I was en route to deliver Pigment from Warlord's Echo to Sentinel just ahead. But fool that I was, I let my guard down and... ooh, when monsters attacked. I had no choice but to flee for my life, abandoning my rations and even my precious cargo. Yeah, for someone like you, I can only imagine how many rations you have. The beast can have the food for all that I care, but that Pigment is essential for the repair of our cave murals. Thus I ask, no, I beseech you, go and retrieve the jar of Pigment I left behind near the sunken stars. Well, let's hope that Valley Garmonda didn't have his way with this thing while we were dealing with his crap. So the truck's not that far. Yeah, the Sunken Stars is just a little miniature lake. And no, that doesn't mean it's called a pond. Because I know some of you would probably ask that question. Yes, you we have to confront. So let's give him what for. There we go. So now that we've retrieved it, let's take it back. Yeah, I hope that for those of you who have been watching since I got to this part of Urkapacha, that you've been enjoying our time with the Yokui. These guys have been really great fun. But, of course, we want to make sure this guy gets a speedy recovery. The pain has receded in the time you were away, if only a little. Have you found the pigment? Indeed I have. Here you go. Yes, this is it. Full glad am I to see it again, and with nary a crack in the jaw, this will be of great use to the repair efforts. Though these particular murals are shielded from the sun and other elements, they still fade with time, and so require regular upkeep. I'd intended to take part in the repairs myself, but... ouch! I'm afraid I must first tend to my wounds at Sentinel. Yeah, you take care of that, okay? So, we'll take a 398,000 experience points and 699 gil. Well, it seems he can walk okay. But let's forge on, because there's now 2 quests over here to take care of. So right here in this little set of ruins, we'll find, among other things, an allergic Yokui. But what is he allergic to? Let's find out by taking on our next quest entitled Grandmother's Grave Gifts. The allergic Yokui is in need of a dry delivery. Ah, I know you. You are a member of the Third Promises Retinue, as I recall, and are strong for your size besides. Yep. I would ask a favor then. Could you pick 3 La Tortor violets and bring them to me? The field's monstrous plants and their pollen are more than my nose can bear, and no one wants drippy flowers. At the very least, I do not. I don't blame you. Yeah, it seems like, even though we're getting close to the fall, like, it seems like my allergies have, last week, they came back with a vengeance. Yeah, I was having to clear my head out a lot. So I can understand what this guy's going through. So hang a left and then head on over here. Here's where the violets are located. Nothing to worry about over here. There are 2 more. Pick one from this spot. Yeah, here confrontation is a necessity. Take this, you ugly plant. Yeah, you're a plant, you're a flower, and you're incredibly creepy. I've seen more than my fair share of carnivorous plants over my time playing this game for 10 years. Let's head on over here now. Thankfully it was just in one spot. Alright, let's head on back. Yeah, imagine if he's allergic to these particular flowers, why would he want these harvested? Like, were they her favorite flower or something? He's trying to put on a brave face and do whatever he can to give her, on her grave, the flowers that she loves. We won't know until we get back, so let's speak with this guy. Welcome back. The picking went well, I take it? Yes, it has. And here you go. Thank you for obliging me. I wanted to get flowers to my grandmother, and these are one of her favorites. Yeah, that's what I thought. For some reason I thought it was... I think I called her her mother rather than her grandmother. We have a tradition of carving symbols of our favorite things on our graves, you see. Hers has a flower for each of the 4 seasons, so I've been giving her a few of each throughout the year. Despite your obvious setbacks. Well, I had best get these to grandmother before they wilt. Take this as a token of my thanks. Glad I appreciate it. So, 398,000 experience points, 699 gil, and an item level 655 ring coffer. And just for the record, it's not one of her rings, is it? Yeah, I'd hate to be grave robbing off of a grandmother. Am I really going to defile this grave for money? Of course I am! Well, I personally wouldn't. And then down here on the path, the guy who we crossed by also a few times, this brawny Yokui, and I think the reason he's brawny is right in front of our face, so let's go ahead and speak with him to take on our next quest entitled The Might Be Giants, rather than They Might Be Giants. The brawny Yokui knows how to work smarter, not harder. Perfect timing, visitor. Have you any interest in a little trial of strength? I've done this before. I have here a builder's stone, freshly cut and shaped by yours truly. Let me see you carry it to Northwestern Proof where my good friend awaits. That thing? That is unless, well, a Yokui like myself could lift it up with ease, but I worry that it may be too heavy for your kind. Are you up to the task, little one? Oh, thank goodness. It's that. Yeah, we were looking at this. Yeah, I personally don't think that would have gone over all that well. I probably wouldn't even be able to budge it off the ground. Not a chance. Anyway, shall we go after the real stone that we're carrying? Carry the builder's stone to the good-natured Yokui at Northwestern Proof before time runs out. You have 2 minutes. Alright, Mathia, show off your strength. And proving how heavy this is, even though I'm holding it over my head, it's making me move very slowly. But I mean, come on, I'm the Warrior of Light, and I'm wearing the Phoenix Riser armor. This should be a cakewalk. Yeah, I mean, we can totally do this. I mean, given what we know about these types of suits of armor in Japanese superhero TV shows, this stuff gives me superhuman strength, and it's working. The only question is, where's the guy I'm delivering this to? You know, we're going up a hill now, or we're going up higher and higher tiers. Doesn't seem like it's over that way. Looks like this is where he's located. Yeah, I do see a little glimmer. I do see a little glimmer that lets me know we're getting close. Hold on there, good sir. We're coming. There we go. We got it. And thankfully, I was not crushed under this thing. I mean, can you imagine that? Here's what I'm wondering, though. I'm imagining this would be a cakewalk for a Rogadin. A Rogadin would have no issue with carrying something like this. Anyway, let's speak with the Yokui. Oh, the Builder's Stone has arrived at last. I am grateful, of course, but also confused. How did it end up in your hands? Well, here's what I was told by your friend. What? You mean to tell me that lazy elf foisted his work onto you? Really? These stones are miserable to carry even for us, so I can only assume he tricked you into it somehow. On his behalf, I offer my sincere apologies. Still, you didn't seem to have much difficulty at all. You know, if I were you, I'd march right back to him and say, "Don't underestimate me." With the "me" in the emote text. You know what that means. That means we have to make use of the "me" emote. So we'll hotbar that somewhere. I guess here is fine. And we'll head on back to him. Hey there, Bubba. Welcome to stream. Glad to have you with us. And yeah, good point. Yeah, a Rogadin would have no problem with carrying a rock like that. But conversely, how would a Lalafell do? Hey, you! Ugly! The Warrior of Light returns victorious. What's with that smirk on your face? Surely you didn't actually carry that miserably heavy stone all the way there? What? You did? Yep. Well now, it seems I underestimated you, and that is worthy of an apology. Yeah, get on your hands and knees, Track Tomb. First, you should know that the stone you carried was urgently needed to repair a number of graves damaged in a devastating storm not long ago. When you passed by, I merely thought to have some fun with an outsider. I did not realize I would be disrespecting a fellow warrior of great strength. Henceforth, I will not think so lightly of our visitors. Now, there are more stones that must be taken to their proper place, and I intend to do the rest of the heavy lifting myself. Make sure that you do. So we'll go ahead and take our 398,000 experience points and 872 gil. Yeah, get on out of here, Track 2, and stop misleading people. Alright, so we have taken care of all the quests located outside of Warlord's Echo, so now let's head on back to Warlord's Echo itself. Alright, we're back in town. Let's see who needs assistance. We have no less than 5 quests to do. Where can we look for option number 1? Maybe in here? No, that's a store. Oh, there it is. Like, where's person of interest number 1? Turns out he's right over here in front of this fountain. Hiding very cleverly is Berberlore, so why don't we start our side quest run here in Warlord's Echo this evening by taking on his quest entitled Big Wounds to Heal. Berberlore is running dangerously low on medicine for the injured. You there, outsider! I have run dangerously low on ingredients for the concoction of essential medicine. Could I trouble you to go and fetch more? While our size and strength is far greater than any visitor, there are no few of us that still fear injury and sickness. I would send you to acquire 3 things: alpine seeds, an Urkobomix lava, and a good handful of mountain herb moss. Fortunately, I believe they can all be harvested up the hill north of here. An Urkobomix larva, huh? I think the name speaks for itself exactly what that entails. So on this starry night here in Urkopacha, let's go ahead and get our materials. I gotta pull gently to the right. Nest of Urkobomix larvae. Yeah, are we gonna see what I expect? Oh, the mama didn't come back. Alright, fine by me. Let's help ourselves to some alpine seeds. Yeah, the way they were describing that, I was expecting a confrontation. And finally, the mountain herb moss. I imagine this stuff has to go somewhere. Well, I was gonna say after we get it to the big guy, but it seems like nope. Just get him when he needs and be on your way. Alright, so let's turn the stuff over to him. Did you have any trouble finding everything? Nope, everything you need is right here. I am truly in your debt, outsider. Likewise, my kin will surely rest easy knowing the medicine supply has been replenished. When Valigarmanda escaped its prison of ice, I confess I feared our doom to be imminent. But not only did you and yours swiftly end its rampage, the puissant healing magics of your blue-clad companion saved a great many lives. And of course he's referring to Alphino. Rest assured, the ingredients you brought today will be put to good use, preparing medicine for those still convalescing. Truly, our people cannot thank you enough. Well, you're quite welcome, so we'll take our 398,000 experience points and 699 gil.